Guys, this is Rustler Repairs, level 10 upgrade. Today I went to the store and I got a couple more packs of RIT black dye. Today I'm going to be dyeing the transmission box and the shock bodies. Okay? So, like usual, I'm going to go ahead and start deassembling everything. Alright, as you can see, I have all the shocks off, the front and rear shocks. Here they are. Okay? Now I'm gonna take them apart for you. Okay, so first we're gonna take off the springs. So to do that, we're gonna take off the spring tighteners or whatever they're called. I'm not sure. Then the spring comes off. Now we want to make sure that the front and rear go back on the front and rear springs or shocks. Okay. And get these two pieces off. Okay. And there's our shock. But it's not ready for dyeing yet. First we have to take off the shock cap to get to the shock fluid. So this just unscrews. Zoom in a little bit. Okay. This just unscrews. Keep it level so that the fluid doesn't spill out when you open this. And then there's a shock cap. And then on here, if you can see it or not, there's a bladder is what it's called. So we want to keep that, put that to the side. And then our shock fluid is in there. Now I'm just going to dump it out real quick. Alright, here we go. Got all the fluid out. So now what we have to do is take off this end here. Get the pliers. Squeeze that down. Not too hard, you don't want to scratch it or anything. And then this just unscrews. Alright. There's your rod end. And then this we'll just push right out. Grab this, pull it out, and there's your shock shaft. Okay, so almost finished. We have a couple more pieces. This bottom piece is the cap, the lower cap, that needs to be unscrewed. Okay, there's that. And then there's some rubber washers in there. A blue one, a soft blue one, soft rubber blue one, a harder plastic one. Get it out. There's that. And then one more soft blue one. Okay? So, that's it. That's just the shock body. That's all that's in there. So, now I'm just going to have to do it with the rest of the shocks. And then I'll move on to the transmission. Alright, I got all the shock bodies off and the transmission screwed. So this will just slide right out. There it is. And I also got all the shock bodies out, as you can see. But now it is time to go upstairs and well, actually, first I have to get all the gears and stuff out of this. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can see, I got the transmission box part and the shocks part. So now I'm going to go upstairs and use some RIT black dye and get the pieces dyed. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go upstairs and finish dyeing all the parts. It turned out really nice. I'm very pleased with it. Now as you can see, my work table is quite a mess, but that's okay. I remember everything goes. So I'm going to first start by assembling the shocks. Okay? Alright, I got the shocks finished. There they are. They look pretty good. Now the shock caps, okay? I really want to get blue aluminum ones. They'll make it look a lot better. And since my theme is blue and black, it'll really pop. But now I have to put the transmission back together. Then I'll put everything back on the car. Okay? Got the transmission box together. So first I'm going to start out by putting the shocks on. then I'll get to the transmission box. Now I got the transmission box back on. Now I have to put on the shocks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that. There's 2 of them that go here, and 2 more that go for those 2 screws sticking out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Finish with this upgrade. You wanna see it? Okay. So here's a dyed transmission box. It looks pretty good. Now what I don't like about it is that this is transmission cover. Or transmission cover, yeah, that's what it's called. Well, it's all black. So it makes the black look boring. And since my theme is black and blue, I think I might get an RPM transmission cover, or I'll just paint this one blue. I don't know. I might get the RPM one, because that counts as an upgrade then. So yeah, and then the shocks, it's pretty good. Now, it doesn't really pop or anything, but that's what I wanted. The old ones with the black chassis, these kind of stood out and they didn't look very good. But now with the black, they kind of just blend into everything. So yeah, that's cool. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Once again, please subscribe. And that was Rustler Repairs Level 10 Upgrade.